When you're kind, you draw people to you. Opportunity will come your way. When we're hiring someone, their resume tells us what they can do. But we always meet with them to see what their attitude is. Are they positive, kind, considerate? They may be gifted, but a negative attitude will pull the team down. Your attitude is going to determine your altitude. Well, Joel, I've always been kind of negative, critical, condescending. That's just who I am. No, that's who you're choosing to be. That may be how you were raised, but that's not how you have to stay. On an airplane, there's an instrument called an attitude indicator. If the pilot wants to ascend, he tilts the plane nose high. If he wants to descend, he tilts it nose down. If you have a nose high attitude, if you're positive, you're kind to people, you have a smile, you're going to continue to rise higher. But if you're sour, you don't want to go to work, bitter over disappointments, because you have a nose down attitude, your life is going to go that direction. The good news is, all you have to do is make an attitude adjustment. You can't change other people. A lot in life we can't control. But one thing we can all control is our attitude. Am I going to live this day negative, seeing the wrong, chip on my shoulder, or am I going to live it in faith, hopeful, seeing the best, being good to people? This is a choice that we have to make every day. If you're not proactive, if you don't choose the right attitude, then the wrong attitude will show up. When a pilot makes a small tweak, in a half an hour, the plane will have climbed thousands of feet in the air. I wonder what would happen in your life if you would make a small tweak. What would happen in your marriage, your relationships, if you'd make a small attitude adjustment? Instead of saying harsh, critical words, you would start giving compliments. Just a small adjustment. Getting your attitude a little higher, watch those relationships begin to improve. Or maybe you've had bad breaks. It's easy to get sour, focus on what's wrong. That's a nose down attitude. Why don't you tilt it a little nose high? Yes, it was unfair, but I know God is my vindicator. You keep that up and you'll see God make up for the wrongs. What you're facing may not be fair. People may not be treating you right. It's a test. What are you going to do in the difficult times? Keep being good to people when they're not being good to you. That's not just being positive. That's an attitude of faith. That's what allows God to show out in your life.
The enemies that you see today, you will see them no more. No weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. I'm tired of doing what I used to do. If I always do what I've always done, I'll always be where I've always been. I'm going to throw it behind me. Truth of the matter is, everybody in here is going through a change. You don't have to be ashamed of yours. We are all in the process of transforming to a higher, better expression of myself. Don't let the habits of my past stop me from this metamorphosis. Things that used to worry me, not gonna do me like that. People I had to respond to in anger, not gonna do me like that. I'm focusing on what's in front of me. This is my time.
It's never too late to begin again. No matter what has happened to you in your life, no matter what you've done or what's been done to you, it is never too late to press into a new beginning. Your future has no room for your past. Letting go of what lies behind. We've all got a past. Thank God we've all got a future. Don't you believe that lie that it's too late for you. Refuse to be trapped in the past. You can have better health. You can have self-respect. You can have your financial needs met. You can start heading in the right direction by having a brand new attitude toward life. You're hurting yourself if you're living an isolated, lonely life and living in fear of ever being involved with anybody. But you know, you really only have two choices. You can live your life disappointed, or you can have a new beginning. That's our only option. Live your life disappointed, keep living in the past, and letting the devil make you miserable, or shake that stuff off yourself and say, I'm going to begin again. I'm going to have a fresh attitude and a fresh start. I'm getting off my grave clothes. I will rejoice and be glad.
It's easy to get bitter, hold a grudge, lose your passion. Kiss the person that left you goodbye. Kiss the dream that didn't work out goodbye. God wouldn't have allowed it to happen if he didn't have something better up in front of you. There are people and opportunities that were ordained for your past that are not ordained for your future. They were right for a season, but that season can come to an end. The key is how we handle the closed doors, how you handle the people that treated you wrong. Sometimes, instead of kissing them goodbye, we smack them goodbye. Are you at peace with your past, or are you bitter over the loss, holding a grudge because that person walked away? It's time to kiss some things goodbye. Don't bring self-pity, a chip on your shoulder. That was in your past. It doesn't belong in the future. You cannot embrace the new things God has in store as long as you're holding on to the old. Every time you say, I am free, I will not be controlled by this addiction, by this anger, you are moving toward freedom, breakthroughs, wholeness. It may not have happened yet. See, words are like seeds. When we speak something out, they take root, they begin to grow. But eventually, you're going to become what you're saying.
Vision comes from your head. Word is spoken out of your mouth, which is in your head. The word was scarce, the vision. Was dim. Are you so busy managing your feelings and the feeling of the people around you that you're not making progress in life because you are leading with your heart and not with your head? You can't cry your way out. You can't fuss your way out. The definition of lunacy is to keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So why are you doing what doesn't work? If giving him a piece of your mind hadn't worked in the first 15 years, wouldn't it be a good time now to change strategies? Why are we loyal to ineffectiveness? We visit effectiveness for the weekend, on a Sunday, in a motivational message, in a special television show. We love to visit it, but we are married to habits that are ineffective. And we are loyal to things that we know don't work, but because this is how I feel. Take unto you the helmet of salvation.
So part of beginning to get unstuck, you've got to decide that the behavior pattern that you have adopted doesn't work for you. You've got to change your strategies, and changing your strategy means reinventing your life, recreating you, and you have the power to do that. You can decide that you're going to change, that you're not going to be a wimp. You can decide that... to stand up to life. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. You have the power to make that decision. You can decide I'm going to work on myself and develop myself. I'm going to empower me. And all of these things that are happening to me right now, they're just temporary inconveniences. They're not stronger than I am. The other thing is about life, when things happen to you, when you permit things to use you, you can't change the past, but you can interpret. You can reinterpret how you see it. For years, I was going around with a heavy load on my shoulders, feeling bad because I was adopted. You weren't given away less. You were chosen with love. Same circumstances, same event, but reinterpreted. An interpretation that empowers me. Am I making sense to you? So when you begin to look at your past, give an interpretation that empowers you. That's where I used to be. That's not where I am now. I'm growing.
To consistently take advantage of the opportunity that you've created. To be aware, to face life with your eyes and ears open to the possibilities that may be just around the corner. An enterprising person is one who sees opportunity in all areas of life. To be enterprising is to keep your eyes open and your mind active. It's to be skilled enough and confident enough and disciplined enough to seize opportunities that present themselves. And self-enterprising people aren't lazy. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They go after the opportunities. Self-enterprise means always finding a way to keep yourself actively working toward your ambition. Creativity to see what's out there and shape it to your advantage. Creativity to look at the world a little differently. Creativity to be different. And what goes hand in hand with the creativity of self-enterprise? The courage to be creative, the courage to see things differently, and the courage to go against the crowd, the courage to take a different approach, the courage to stand alone if you have to, understanding your self-worth, how valuable you are. What could you do if you had all the skills, took the classes, read the books? What could you do? What true value could you develop? How valuable could I become? Am I valuable enough to work on what's not working so I can reach my full capacity? Once you start understanding how valuable you are, it's a whole new experience. It plays a major role in our ability to be self-enterprising. If we don't feel good about ourselves, we won't feel good about our lives. And if we don't feel good about our lives, we won't be very interested in looking for opportunities.
Separate what you do from who you are. That's what the guilt trap is about. Have done some things that if we had them to do over again, we wouldn't do it again. There are a lot of things that if I had it to do over again, if I knew then what I know now, I would have done it differently. Well, it didn't happen that way. And that's what you call life. I didn't do it like that. That's what I did then. Won't do it today, so you are picking on an innocent man. What are the things that you must overcome? What qualities about your personality you know that you're going to have to change because those particular characteristics are liabilities to you? What are your assets? What are your strong points? Look at and evaluating yourself to make that determination. Find some trusted critics, people that you know care about you and love you. We take it personal when someone wants to give us some feedback on where we are falling short and tell us about our blind spots. We want to have everything being positive about us. We're not perfect. Get a support group, somebody that you can talk to. People who perhaps might have a similar problem, that you can share some of the challenges that you're going through. And it might be a situation where one person can give you an idea of how they handle that situation and create an opening for you. Begin to stimulate some possibilities in your mind on how you can resolve the problem. We can't grow by ourselves. As I mentioned before, we grow from people and projects.
So you see, being self-enterprising doesn't just relate to the ability to make money. Being self-enterprising also means feeling good enough.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, grow hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
About yourself, having a great enough self-worth. Enterprise is always better than ease. Every time we choose to do less than we possibly can, it affects our self-confidence, our self-worth. If we keep doing a little less every day, a little less, we are also being a little less. Doing less could ruin your life. Now, you can reverse the process of doing a little less by using your self-direction, your self-reliance, your self-discipline. You alter the course by doing a little more each day. And pretty soon, you'll develop a new habit of doing rather than neglecting. And days and weeks and months of doing a little more, it'll increase your confidence and your creativity and your self-worth. In the end, it's how we feel about ourselves that provides us with the increased courage and creativity for self-enterprise. It's not what we get or what we accumulate that makes us valuable. It's what we become that makes us valuable. Success isn't in the having. Success is in the doing. It's the process of doing that brings value. It's the activity that transforms our dreams into reality, that converts ideas into actuality.